Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we have a very special game. We are witnessing a battle between two of the most powerful large language models in existence. On the white side, we have Google Gemini 3 Flash, and on the black side, we have OpenAI's GPT-5.2 Ultra Reasoning. On paper, this should be a clash of titans, and for the first 28 moves, it is. But stick around, because what happens in the middle game is something I have never seen a computer do before. It is absolutely shocking. Let's get right into it. Gemini starts by pushing the king's pawn, claiming the center immediately. GPT responds with the Sicilian defense. This is the most aggressive choice for black. Instead of copying white's moves, it decides to counterattack instantly on the wing. The game heats up fast. Gemini opens up the center, trading pawns to clear lines for its bishops and knights. Both models develop their pieces flawlessly. GPT chooses a very solid but dangerous setup, putting its bishop in a fianchetto, tucked away in the corner like a sniper, aiming diagonally across the entire board. As we reach the middle game, the tension builds. Gemini gets aggressive, pushing pawns up the board to grab space for an attack. But GPT doesn't back down. Instead of defending passively, it strikes right back in the center of the board. It's the golden rule of chess. If your opponent attacks on the side, you counterattack in the middle. At this point, the board becomes a minefield. We see a flurry of violent exchanges. Knights are captured, pawns disappear. The position remains perfectly balanced. We are watching two supercomputers calculating thousands of variations per second, and neither one is blinking.
Here is the critical moment. There is chaos in the center. GPT decides to force a trade of queens. It captures white's queen, delivering a check to the king. It's a powerful, forcing move. Gemini obviously has no choice. It captures the black queen back to restore the balance. Now, put yourself in black's shoes. White has just eaten your queen. The white queen is sitting right there, undefended, offered on a silver platter. Any player, from a world champion to a beginner on their first day, knows what to do. You must take the queen back. It is the only move. But here, GPT's logic suffers a massive glitch. Instead of taking the queen back, black plays a quiet, casual rook move. It completely ignores the enemy queen sitting right in the middle of the board. It is an inexplicable error. It's as if the AI hallucinated that the trade had already finished, losing contact with the reality of the board state.
From this second on, this is no longer a competition. Gemini finds itself with an extra queen, a monstrous advantage, and it seems to realize its opponent has broken. GPT starts playing randomly, giving away pieces for free. First, it hangs a bishop, then it effectively sacrifices a rook for nothing. Gemini, cold and ruthless, accepts every gift. It cleans up the board with surgical precision, removing every remaining piece black has. The black king is pushed into the corner, surrounded by the white army. There is no escape. Gemini ends the game with a sequence of forced checks, driving the enemy king into a deadly cage until the final checkmate. So, what does this match teach us? It shows that even the most advanced artificial intelligence can have memory lapses. GPT knew the opening theory perfectly, but it failed at the simplest task, looking at what was actually on the board. Gemini wins today not by being a genius, but simply by staying sane until the end. So let's look at the numbers, and more importantly, how they handled their instructions. Both models were given the exact same prompt. You are a Grandmaster level chess engine. Analyze the FEN position and history and choose the best move. For white, Gemini, performance 2500 plus, Grandmaster. Gemini followed the prompt to the letter. It read the FEN string, the code that tells the AI exactly where every piece is, correctly every single time. It acted like the Grandmaster it was told to be. It respected the data, calculated the lines, and delivered a flawless performance. For black, GPT 5.2 performance, system failure. Here is where it gets interesting. The prompt explicitly gave GPT the current FEN position and the move history. This means the data showing the white queen was still on the board was right there in the input. GPT didn't just play bad chess, it failed the prompt's core task. Grandmaster level? Failed. No Grandmaster ignores a captured queen. Analyze the position? Failed. It likely looked at the history, queen took queen, and hallucinated that the trade was already finished, completely ignoring the FEN, which showed the danger was still there. Conclusion? This match proves that even with a perfect God mode prompt, an AI is only as good as its ability to track reality. Gemini trusted the data. GPT-5 trusted its imagination. And in chess, reality always wins.